Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Angela, and I'm here to do my week ahead spread. So if you guys don't are just tuning in for the first time, I do a week ahead spread every Sunday. I do the energy, obstacle, and advice of the week. I usually pull the cards ahead of time and kind of go over them with my intuitive interpretation. And then once I'm on camera, I actually do the interpretation, and then I go through the deck, through the book, and see what it says. I am using my new Tarot de la Nuit tarot deck by La Scarabero. And so, yeah, let's get into it. And I love the backs of these. There's this purple and then the black design in between. It's beautiful. And if you hear a noise off in the corner, that's my dog eating. So, yeah. So for the energy of the week, I have the Hanged Man. And I have been going through, I've been doing the workbook Tarot for Past Lives, workbook Art History of Tarot for Past Lives. I've been going through it every single day, doing some past life work. And it's brought a lot of things into focus and a lot of things into light. That I never would have thought about before, or I had thought about. I just never connected the dots with why I had thought that about myself. And so I feel like I have been in this kind of perpetual hanged man position the last few 2-3 weeks, where I'm changing my perspective, and I'm not realizing it's changing until it actually happens, until I'm like, wait a minute. Hold on just a second. Okay, sorry about that. So, yeah, I feel like I've been in this perpetual hanged man position. Let's look at the from upside down. Isn't that beautiful? Beautiful. So I really totally get that and understand I need to change one's perspective. And now she's up here with me on the couch, losing her mind. So I apologize if you hear her rustling around. She's kicking me. But yeah, I've totally makes sense to me that I've been getting this changing your perspective and just seeing things from a different point of view, or maybe someone else's point of view. So that's very interesting that came up, because I feel like I've already been in that state for the last couple of weeks. So then for the obstacle, I pulled, and I swear last week or the week before, I pulled the same card in the same position. It is the Death card. And it kind of freaked me out. It was a couple of weeks ago I pulled the Death card. Because I was being put under for a procedure I had done, just to check everything out and make sure there was what was going on with me health-wise. So I was kind of freaked out. I was like, maybe this time it'll literally mean death, because I was so freaked out about not waking up from the procedure. But everything turned out right, okay. And this is quickly becoming one of my favorite death cards. That's beautiful. But to me, the death card is always about rebirth. There's a cycle there of death and rebirth. And to me, it's the ending of something, or, after I've changed my perception of things or perspective of something through the hangman, it makes sense that this would be here, that this would be my obstacle, that maybe I need to, understand that there's a new birthing process happening, that I need to let things die, that doesn't serve me anymore. And maybe that could be an obstacle, because I hate change. Totally could be an obstacle, because when you get comfortable in a place, even if it's not the best place for you, it's hard to break that pattern and break that cycle. So that totally makes sense as a death card for me this week as well. And then for the advice of the week, I got the Eight of Swords, and this is my favorite card in any deck, is the Eight of Swords. I have never pulled this card, ever. And just the fact that I pulled it with the Hanged Man and Death, And it being the advice, just kind of threw me off for a second, but it almost reminds you of the Four of Swords, where she's taking time to rest, and relax and just soak in everything. But at the same time, the Eight of Swords to me is about your mindset. It's about changing or seeing yourself. And maybe this is why the Hangman came up, because it's telling me to change my perspective of how I see myself. And that's to me what the Eight of Swords represents, is this: you need to see yourself how others see you. You need to see yourself for who you truly are, not this negative person that you got in your head. And so I found that quite fascinating that those three are together. And they look great together. Just a little pop of color here matches that and that. It's beautiful. So let's get into and I left the book in the box. Let me get the book out. And we'll go over here and see what the book says on the Hangman. And this actually has like kind of a story vibe, or story-like vibe in the book. And it's just got a little paragraph here. But it says, let me zoom in on that card. Actually, I'll leave them like that. For the Hangman, upside down soul. I guess you're in the middle of indecision. I was too not long ago. That's why I decided to suspend action and to close myself from the outside world. Do as I did. Release your fears. Learn to let go. And I've said many times, my theme of the year last year in 2020 and apparently this year is just learning to let go. It is not the present circumstance that have to change. It's the way you look at them. And see, the Eight of Swords makes sense. You have to turn your soul upside down so that everything can be perceived differently. Of course, it takes a lot of courage to do so. But be sure that attractive opportunities may emerge from seeing things through this new perspective. Turn your world around and view your situation from another angle. It may also be the time to act less selfishly and to dedicate yourself to a higher cause. This is my advice to you. And then the keywords: letting go, new perspectives, willing, sacrifice, time of pause. And I've always thought of this as changing your perspective. That's why he's upside down. Change your point of view on things. Change how you're seeing things. But recently, it came to my attention that the Hangman isn't doing anything. It is literally like he's put his life on pause. And we all, none of us really in this kind of fast-paced world take the time to just pause and just reflect. So maybe that's the real message here, is just telling me to take a pause and reflect. And so then the Death card we have here, and it's literally the next card. Find that interesting. Death is a new birth. I am death. I am often extremely feared, though I wish I was not. Mexican people celebrate me in the most festive way on a special day. That's because they understand my true meaning, a meaning of rebirth. In the heart of darkness, I am thus here to bring good news. For when I close one door, I always open another. So do not concentrate on what is now ending. Keep in mind that it simply had to end, and instead focus on what is about to begin soon. The past is in the past. Just leave it there. Embrace what future keeps in store for you. To resist would only bring you pain. I've had that, like I said, I've had a dream before where it was like I was having a C-section birth in an airport, and it was quite painful in the dream. So that just speaks volumes to that, because it was like my guides were saying, one way or another, you're going to be on the journey you're supposed to be on. It may be painful, but, the less resistance, the better. And then this one talked of resistance as well. So Wow. Keep in mind that it is, okay, I read that part. Play it like a phoenix. Accept this transformation you're going through. Be reborn. Then spread your wings and soar. Wow. Keyword cycles, end and beginnings, death and resurrection, transformation. Wow. And then I turned it right to the Eight of Swords. Wow. So the Eight of Swords says, prisoner of myself. Wow. That's just powerful words right there. I'm a prisoner of my own shame and thoughts. I close my eyes not to sleep, but because I don't want to see the reality I live in. I feel I'm a victim. I've done what I could, but now there are no options left. My love letters are written with my blood, but no one will read them. I'm trapped. I can't make any decision. I won't take action ever again. I'm useless, powerless. And it's funny that this is saying I won't take action ever again, and the Hangman is saying take a pause. No action required. I won't take, but wait, I hear a gold whisper telling me to wake up, telling me that it's not all lost, that I should get my power back, that there is a way out of this bitter solitude. Should I lay here forever, or should I trust the whisper? And you, what will you do? Keywords, inner prison, need to see things from a new angle, stopping over victimizing oneself. Wow. They go hand in hand together. That is clear. But it's also, I have a tarot card in another deck, and I showed it earlier in a video, where she has wings, and she's not bound, blindfolded, or bound like you would normally see in the typical RWS deck. She's got wings, and she could take flight at any moment. And I find that very beautiful, that if we are willing to put in the work and change our perspective on ourselves, magical things can happen. And I just love that. And just know that we're free. We have to know that in our mind and change our mindset, change our perspective. And that's what I typically see in the Eight of Swords, that she needs to understand that she's already free. She needs to make her mind know that. So yeah, that is the week ahead spread. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns on it, don't hesitate to comment below. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more, please subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notification button so you're alerted to any future videos. And you guys have a good night. Bye.